zoom in? Can you zoom in? You know how to do this?
Mr. Wu did a good job, so if you want to switch seats, that'd be, let him do it. Okay. All right. So the first page,
You know, this is zoom in, this is zoom out.
okay. The first page is from the midterm. The very first page, 12 questions. It has to do with adverbs of quantity, such as too much, enough, not enough, lots. And it also talks about when you use an article, because that's what we have a lot of problem of, is when to use the right article, is, because, but. So that first page is on the YouTube already. So I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to give you the URL to watch this first page. The second page and the third page are new. It has to do with the topics that we've been talking about over the last 2 weeks. So these 2 pages I'm going to read to you tonight. I'm not going to read the answers, but if you want to shout an answer out, don't expect me to say if it's right or not, but you can verbalize it with a class. Does that make sense? So if a consensus of the class, but I don't want you to discuss the answer to a point where it's going to delay the communications of the video. So just like if the question is, for example, this city is too busy for me, there is blank traffic, what's the answer?
Too much.
There's too much clear up. I'm not going to say it's right or not, but you can say it to yourselves. Page 4, you have to go back to quiz 1. So the material that was on quiz 1, that material will be on it. Questions like, I usually blank TV in the evening. Watch, will watch, watches, am watching.
And watching.
Why do you think am watching? It's not right.
Watch.
I usually watch
Watch,
TV
yeah.
in the evening. You would have to have another pronoun. I am watching TV in the evening. By having that adverb of quantity in front of it, or adverb of time,
The time usually.
you would not say am.
Mhm.
You would say I usually watch.
Watch, yeah.
Okay. So that goes back to that material. I will read parts of this questions because it has been a while since we've gone through adverbs of time. But if you go back to page 9, all the way back in our student book, we'll go over that page. It's on there. Page 5, quiz 2. This is also on YouTube. You can find this material. Also the last, from 63 until 68 are multiple guess questions. Now, it says that there's 87 questions. This is really cool, actually. You'll see that there's all these blanks. Let me get one that's not filled in. You'll find that there's all these blanks right here. These blanks represent the parts of speech. I have 8 parts of speech. I know I've talked about 9. Just give me 8. So that means there's one that's an extra. If you put like articles and forget interjections or conjunctions, that's kind of why I did it. I'm not asking you to know all 9. I'm asking you to know 8. And then prepositional phrases, you have to give me 10. The first thing I would do when I was answering this question is to draw a box like this. Before you even write down 1, draw this box and think about relationships. Relationship means how people are interacting. with this box. And then draw a circle right here. The ball is on top. Draw a circle right here. Above. Draw a circle right here. Under. Draw a circle right there. Down. Up. Draw circles across. Inside. You could draw a circle over here. Outside. You could draw a circle all the way over here, which is far. And this one is near. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it. You have your 10. And then you just say, well, down, above, up. And I mean, you can start even doing it. Up, above, behind,
Outside
or near,
or near the book.
on top, beside. So this is what you're doing. Far. And then that gives you your 10. I'm going to go ahead and get started with pages 2 and 3. Nowadays, people blank a lot of their shopping online. Do, did, will do, are going to do. And I'll show this. I'll take a photo of this as I go so you can see it. In most households nowadays, both parents will work, are working, might work, worked. These days, most teenagers blank how to use modern technology. In cold climates, many trees blank their leaves in the winter. Paul is never late. He always blank to work on time. About 200 years ago, people often blank horses for transportation. Before personal computers, people usually blank more personal letters. In many cities nowadays, there blank too much traffic and noise pollution. Sometime in the future, there blank cheap solar powered cars. Nowadays, pollution blank one of the most serious problems in the world. I blanked to my parents on the phone a few days ago. Blank the thunder last night. People on technology much less than they do today. Sometime in the future, doctors blank a cure for cancer. In the next 100 years, people blank to the moon for vacation. In most companies nowadays, people blank over 40 hours a week and on the weekends. As a child, a lot of time with my grandmother. As a child, I blank a lot of time with my grandmother. If you walk to work, you blank pay for the bus. If you blank a vacation, you may feel better and more relaxed. If you get married, you blank less free time. If you fall in love, you blank jealous sometimes. We had to park 5 blocks away from here. There was not blank parking in front of the theater. There is blank milk in this theater. I like it black. I need to make blank money. My salary is too low. I would like to have blank friends because I often feel bored. Please tell me how far blank to the post office.